Hey, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers. Yeah, we're still confabulating. We got KC over there.
Yes,
Luke,
sir.
And we got Melman and Yerika. Still working on that brownie.
Yeah.
And KC, we're going to have the hip bomb, and KC's going to shoot from the hip.
I'm going to shoot it.
Shoot from the hip. Well, that bomb got to fall, so
okay.
Here she comes.
Merci.
That reminds me.
Mercy.
That's for another day. I'll tell you about this story.
All right.
Next week.
You're going to shoot from the lip. I shoot from the lip. You're going to shoot from the hip.
What if you could have a perfect romantic Valentine's Day? Where would you go, or would you stay home and cook, or would you do it yourself, or would you have it catered? Or
could you have with anybody you want to? It would have to be your significant other.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, dear.
That depends just how adventuresome you are.
That's right.
Where would you want to go?
Man.
Where would you want to go?
Or would you stay home?
Home.
Dead silence here. I'm not sure. That means dead silence in my head. What about you, Casey? You got one?
I don't know.
You know what I heard on TV this morning?
What's that?
A lot of people think of different foods like caviar and stuff, or a romantic.
Yeah.
I've never had caviar.
Me neither.
I've had fried mullet roast.
I had it yesterday.
That's close enough.
Caviar yesterday.
That's a poor man's caviar. Mullet roast.
But don't eat the white.
You heard that?
The Cravens' 50th anniversary. You put it on Facebook.
Oh, you were there?
I had an invitation.
You had a craving for some roast?
I went there, and they had deviled egg, but on top of it, in fact, I asked Hannah. Hannah went with us. I said, "What is that on there?" And she says, "Well, that's caviar, Daddy."
And your 13-year-old knew it was caviar. Where she had it
somebody
before.
must have told her, but I didn't get the message.
I heard it tastes nasty.
Did you like
Salty.
it?
I liked it.
It's brined, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that sounds like. But it's just a little bit of it. I said, "Man, give me a whole jar of this. I want to taste that thing."
I'm going to smear like jelly on my toast, on my buttermilk biscuit, my cat head biscuits.
But anyway,
have you ever had that cat head biscuit?
You had a cat head biscuit?
Well, yeah. What's that got to do with
caviar? You spread your caviar on the cat head
and ruin that biscuit? No, I don't think so.
No. So anyhow,
where would you go? Where would you go?
Where would you go
to eat that caviar?
Eat that caviar cat head biscuit.
Well, I've only been on one cruise.
But
the thing is, when you go on a cruise, you eat all the time. Anyways, there's nothing special because
you have to get your money's worth.
Well, within this sphere where we live,
this sphere where we go.
If you had to go in Arcadia, where would you go? This is going to be a free commercial for somebody.
Okay, we'll go.
Where would you go?
The Magnolia Seafood Place.
And what would you have? Frog legs, lobster, caviar on your frog legs.
Well, whatever. And I wouldn't go for the special.
You'd splurge, huh?
Yeah, I'd splurge. Let's see.
Especially since
I'm not used to splurge.
Kerry would be buying, so he's going to splurge.
I'd say, okay, Kerry, splurge. And
put it on.
Show me what splurging is.
Well, that's where the caviar comes from.
Oh, yeah.
The sturgeon.
The sturgeon. Then you better go see the splurge.
You got to splurge.
The splurge in general. Check with him and see what he recommends.
I think that's probably about the only what I would consider fine dining.
Fine dining.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of good restaurants in the South County to eat at.
Like about 66.
But none are fancy.
35.
There's nothing. Well, the fanciest one in town would have to be Mary Margaret's. If you're looking for something that's really prim and proper and nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that would.
You guys making me hungry talking about restaurant.
He's so hungry. He's eating another okra brownie.
Brownie man is
good.
At it again.
Start talking about caviar, and he's eating that.
You know, I went years ago to a couple times. I went to Burns Steakhouse.
You paid for that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Tampa. One of the most famous steakhouses in the United States of America.
Is that where you can get that great big giant steak?
No.
Yeah, you couldn't afford a big one.
No, if you got one of the giant steaks, it'd probably be $500.
I couldn't afford a meatball. My wife's second cousin's husband worked there as a waiter for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah, you have to work forever.
And he would get like $50 tips from people.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
I don't want to spend that on a meal, much less a tip.
I've never been in a bordello, but when you walk in there, that's what it looks like. I think a bordello would look like.
I heard they got a dessert room or something.
Yeah, they do. They have the largest wine selection.
A bordello?
But it's the most overrated place in the world to me.
They eat there because of the name. The celebrities eat there a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, it was good and there was nothing wrong with it. But I mean, I I can think of a lot of other places I'd rather eat than there.
I call it burns because you feel the burn in your
And
wallet
another
when
thing
you
I
walk
didn't
out
like
of there.
about it, it's almost kind of sterile in the actual dining area. It's kind of like a bunch of little small tables that aren't separated other than by space. There's no like delineation between
Nothing special about the place.
No, and I mean it's just like almost like cafeteria like.
Forget, I can go to Morrison's.
But it is. I mean the steaks are good bar.
They would have to be. They would have to be.
They are great, and the sides are great. I'll tell you what, Ruth Chris cooks a mean steak too, and they're not cheap. But
where would you go in Arcadia?
Around here, I think it'd probably be Magnolia Seafood.
McDonald's.
Magnolia.
McDonald's.
We both like Magnolia Seafood.
Yeah, that's good.
That's probably why I ended up going. Mm-hmm. They got some pretty good seafood. Probably eat some oysters because they're
good
aphrodisiac.
When we went out for our I think it was our 25th. I asked my wife where she wanted to go out for our 25th wedding anniversary. She said McDonald's, and I said, "What? McDonald's?" And she said, "Yeah, because that's the first married meal we had. We got married at Nocatee, took off on the road, and we stopped at Lake Wales and ate at McDonald's there. So we went to McDonald's and we ordered pretty much the same thing we got back then. Cost a little bit more, and I even wore the same. I'm a pack rat. I wore the same T-shirt that I wore after the wedding when we left. I knew what T-shirt I had on. I wore that same T-shirt. Of course, it was a lot tighter than it used to be, but we went out and had our 25th anniversary meal at McDonald's, and that was romantic.
Our first meal was at a Perkins.
Well, they got good food there. What was
we
your
went and had a
first?
breakfast.
What was your first married meal?
First married, I think it was Chili's because that was the first place we went. No, actually, Outback was the first place our first.
Outback behind your house or Outback?
What?
Yeah, it was Chili's.
And then roasted some weenies or what? Chili's.
Yeah. And we even sat at the same table that we sat.
No, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We didn't want to drive all the way to Lake Wales.
I hate that when you're sitting at one table and your wife's at another. I hate that.
Exactly.
How's that shrimp?
That's right. Throw me one over here.
I can take you down.
It's harder to share food when you're not at the same table.
Yeah. I can take you to Port Charlotte to the Walmart down there. Not the new Walmart on Kings Highway, but the old, the one further on.
And show you where you got your first kiss?
Show you where I proposed to her at.
At Walmart?
Walmart.
You proposed at Walmart?
It was an accidental thing because she said...
you dropped something and bent down to pick it up, and she goes, "Oh, no! Oh, man! I thought this day would never come!"
I said something. I forget what it was. And she says, "Well, I didn't hear you
what kind of proposal was that? He forgot what he said.
And she said... And then I said, "Oh, well, and then I can't remember the words, but the propose came out. It was right in front of the seat,
she coaxed
the frozen
him
food freezer.
Right in front of the frozen, and he froze like a turkey. Can you remember what he said?
I proposed on Martin Luther King Boulevard in Fort Myers.
MLK,
Seriously?
really?
MLK.
You guys were
very romantic.
Hot-footing it.
Very romantic.
And you said, "I have a dream that me and you are going to get married."
Yeah.
You know what? No, you did. I was right on, and all of a sudden I just looked over and I said, "You know what?" She said, "What? We ought to get married."
Ought to get married.
After all these years, we ought to get married.
Oh, we'd only been dating for 3 months.
Oh, wow.
And she said, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah."
That was your chance.
I said,
Goodness.
"No, I'm not serious. I'm Kenneth."
Why do you say that? Well, we ought to get married. What?
Ought to.
Ought
Do you know something I don't? And I should have said it'd been kind of scary.
If I'd said, I'm pregnant.
We ought to get married. And you'd be like, "What?" All right, we got to get out of here. We're down to about 30 seconds or so. Almost so.
And we're running out of brownies.
We're running out of brownies. They're starting to get the munchies here. So
I still got a few. Casey will take care of these
paydays.
The paydays.
I'm telling you, we appreciate y'all putting up with us. And we hope y'all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Happy VD to everybody.
Now give them all a kiss.
Tell people you love them.
Yeah, give them a kiss for me.
Give them a hug.
Give them a hug. Yeah,
every
day.
Eric,
Hug
not
them and
just on the
smooch them every day.
14th. Not just on the 14th. Every day.